I want us to look back to Lukwago's issues, because now we see the lawyer has been rejected, Lukwago is still in prison. What do you think is next for Lukwago? Are we expecting him to come out? Or what is it supposed to be done for Lukwago to come out?
Thank you, Patrick. Mungu asifiwe. We thank God for great nation Uganda. The events that surround Lukwago, Senior Counsel Erias Lukwago, are very unfortunate. The public is very disappointed. It's a very embarrassing what's happening. The normal thing is that Lukwago should be given bail. And he goes home because he has substantial sureties. He's a senior citizen. He has a permanent abode. He's a prominent member of this society, Uganda. So he will not run away from court or from police. Lukwago is also sick. So why should Lukwago be tortured, eventually be dumped in prison? You've seen how Besigye has been disposed and not well. But they want now to scare people and add them on Besigye, and this is bad politics, and this should not be happening in this country. The normal thing is that Lukwago should be released, but I think there is an attempt by the Kada judges and the Kiryowa Kiwanukas and other fellows who are being used as tools for evil in this country, using the law to undermine democracy, to undermine leadership, to undermine good governance, to undermine unity and the prosperity of this country. The law should be there to protect people. If Lukwago has a case, it should be taken gradually. The evidence must be reduced. It will take time. But this business of saying that they want to arrest everybody, add on charge sheet of Besigye and say treason, mistreason, do what, all creatives. How many times have they charged the Besigye and brought up cases, trumped up cases, and they have never been concluded? So Lukwago should be given bail. He goes home. He can be reporting to police. I've heard some people saying that it looks there is an uprising that is coming up, a rebellion. That it's true. There are people who are trying to overthrow government. There is nothing that points to that. Me, my own feeling and my own reading of the political atmosphere is that it's fear. It's fear. They are trying to create fear and also making NRM dominate the political space. Because now the popularity of the president after 40 years has gradually decreased. The last elections was almost like a military operation. There are many places in towns where NRM cheated. Whether MPs, whether president, whether councillors, the opposition had won those places. They cheated using electoral commission, using police, using military to declare other candidates. And that's not necessary. Why would you cheat elections for an MP? Most of these MPs and councillors are not very helpful. Most of them are not skilled. Most of them don't even care what happens in public. That's why they are not doing their mandate of ensuring that there is proper service delivery, there is accountability, there is good governance. So what this country needs is peace. These people that are in prison on political charges, on trumped-up charges, on creative atmosphere should be released. People want peace, so Lukwago should be given bail. If there is any case, and in the future they bring evidence that is incriminating, that is factual, that is credible, then that will be a different matter. But for them to start hunting people because of their political beliefs, because maybe they support Besigye, it was very disappointing. Yesterday they deported the lawyer, Besigye's lawyer, senior counsel, Martha Karua, back to Nairobi. She had come to stand in with Segona for Lukwago. She was deported
back
to Kenya, in Nairobi. Where is the East African Federation? Where is the East African integration? This undermines Great Lakes region progress. It undermines democracy. It undermines good governance. This country belongs to 50 million Ugandans. I want to emphasize, and to every Ugandan. It's not for any tribe. It's not for any family. It's for not any clan. The CDF and the judges and the president and others who have power know that that power is temporary. There was Uganda before you, there will be Uganda after you. Some of us may not be there. We may not live to see that. But out of 50 million, we shall not die at once. So what we do, let's promote peace, let's promote unity, release Lukwago, give him bail, let the defense lawyers go come up with their what. If there is any credible evidence, that will be a different matter. That will be a matter of the law. But this politics, this bad politics of undermining people and imprisoning people, and the CDF threatening that is, we're going to arrest Segona, he will arrest Nganda, he will arrest everybody. I even saw the Kabaka. I don't know whether that's his own tweet or someone is being creative. But what we want in this country is peace. Some of these fellows who are doing this will run away. These judges, these civils, the ministers, some of these criminals, the mafias, they will run away to America and Rwanda and will remain here killing each other. In northern Uganda, when the Maos and the Oranyas and the Kumus were speaking English in Kampala, people spent 20 years being butchered, raped in refugee, in ID camps. Mao is back. He's speaking English, putting on suits. The people who lost their education, lost their families, lost their what? They are suffering up to now. Suffered from all types of diseases, including the notorious nodding disease. There was no production in northern Uganda for almost 2 decades. People lost chance to go to education, lost businesses. The politicians who were trading in people's lives are back. They are speaking English. They are in parliament, they are in NGOs, they are in embassies, they are making money. Mao should be ashamed, and people like Mao now should be put to account. What you did in northern Uganda was dangerous. So even this, the CDF or the Tumebazes, the Chiryochi Magwanukas and others who are dancing on people's graves and hunting people because of their political beliefs should be stopped or despised. And this country, we need peace. If we keep pushing people to the wall, there is going to be war in this country. I'm not a prophet of doom, or I'm not promoting war, but if people have no peace, they have no unity, they have no what, and moreover on poverty, the levels of poverty are so high. People will rise up. People have risen up. In other generations, they fought against the colonialists, they fought against the imperialists, they fought against Amin when he became a brutal, they fought against Obote and the Rwakasisis. That's how the Musevenis came up. If Museveni thinks that he's going to use that, including his son, the CDF, you are not the best. They are better soldiers than you, who would have been CDFs. You are just favored. So you serve Uganda, or if you can't stand the heat, get out. Go and do business. You're a rich man. Don't suppress people. Lukwago needs freedom. Mfumbiro needs freedom. Westgate needs freedom. The foot soldiers need freedom. Kyagulanyi should come back to his country. We want peace. Northern Uganda, Central, Eastern, Western. We are one people. It's not about tribes. It's not about parties. It's not about religion.
You talked about bad politics, and it is always available in your most recent conversation. Always bad politics, bad politics. Where is this bad politics coming from? And do you think it is the normal people who are supposed to correct that bad politics? Is it the government? Where is it coming from? And how are we going to correct it? And another thing, we were saying people are supposed to vote wisely. They should vote. All those who are 10 and 30 years and above should not be voted. And yet these are the people who have supreme powers and money. You understand? They go through rigging. Now, where are we going to correct this bad politics?
I think this is it's a collective responsibility. What Ugandans must realize, irrespective of whether you are a politician or not, the primary thing or the primary responsibility and the focus is that you are a Ugandan. We have equal rights. This is our country. It's the land of our ancestors. It's the land for the future generation. We must do everything to make sure that there is peace, there is unity, there is democracy. We must despise bad people and bad politics. Because like I have said before, the people, mafias, criminals, and what are the least. They are not the majority. But they are manipulative. At times they have power and they misuse that power. It's what the population should stand against. Why would you, in your own senses, vote someone for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Every other time he comes on the platform, he's telling lies. You've realized that what he's saying, he will never deliver. What he's talking about water, service delivery, quality education, peace and unity, because none of them comes up and says, no, we are promoting land grabbing, we are promoting stealing. No. Everybody comes up and says, these are going to be drugs in hospitals. He talks good about his party. He talks about but eventually what happens, what's the practice? The practice is that there are no drugs in hospitals. So, why should councillors explain it to us that 63 years after independence, half of the country has no clean water? What's the problem? And yet an MP has a house that is bigger than a hospital with his 2 children and his wife, or maybe, and even concubines have apartments. On public funds, it's not that he has a factory where he goes and makes money, manufactures products and sells, and he's making money. Or maybe he has cows, he sells part of his cows, or goats, or pigs, and he picks from this. So he's growing coffee, he harvests coffee. No. Most of them are stealing public funds. So Ugandans and Africans must start asking critical questions. You've been a councillor for 5 years, 10 years. Out of your manifesto, out of the things you talked about, what is the performance? Because the performance, if you look at the performance in the last 63 years, is that usually the politician's performance is at 20%. 20% out of 100%. So why should you recycle somebody who is operating at 20-30% as an MP? Because he's buying you he's giving you 1,000, he's giving you 2,000. And even now, Parliament would be asking. They would now call the president or try to impeach him if he can't call the CDF order and ask why is Besigye in prison for 2 years without proper charges. Why should soldiers arrest people and take them to basement? Why can't they take them to police or court?
Do what they want.
Parliament, they are people's representatives. They are paid by public money. Our debt burden is 130 trillion. A half of that money is stolen by mafias and a few people. So the bad politics I'm talking about, politics, there are some people who say that politics is dirty. No. It's the people who are dirty who bring bad politics and dirty politics. Politics is management of society. It's good governance, it's possible. It's being done in Ghana. It was done in Tanzania during Magufuli's time, Professor Magufuli's time, during Nyerere's time, during Mwinyi's time. It's only now Suhuru, who is running bad manners from Uganda and Congo and Rwanda and Kenya to start bad politics. But otherwise, Kenyans would vote Tanzanians would vote properly, respect each other, their values of society. That's what we should embrace. We should ask critical questions. Every district has so many councillors. What's the role of these councillors? Is it just going there to shout and make deals? Look at the environmental destruction. Who are doing it? The Chinese and Indians who are destroying our swamps and wetlands are facilitated by top mafias. Otherwise, an Indian cannot come here and go to destroy wetland or a swamp. It's Ugandans who are facilitating them. Either ministers, either generals. Top mafias are the ones who are destroying national parks, destroying the environment, and affecting the climate change. So the bad politics is by bad people. Politics itself has no problem. It's innocent, it's like a child. It's the bad players who make it bad politics. And as long as we don't avoid bad politics, because even these ones who are hiding in parties, the population is not looking for parties. NRM, UPC, NUP, FDC. No. Those are vehicles for democracy and competition for power. The issue, the population expects quality education. They expect drugs in hospitals. They expect clean water. They expect parties for young girls. They expect, factories so that young people have employment. That's what this country needs. And also reducing this debt burden. Half of Uganda has no infrastructure. We have no roads. How do you explain that after 63 years of independence? And yet, the debt burden keeps growing. In 2000, where the least developed countries were forgiven, all of the debts that we had accumulated for many years were written off. Now, in the last 2 decades, in a short time, we have again gone to what? To 130 trillion, which can only be paid in 100 years if we keep paying 33 trillion like we are paying. 4 generations. And the country and the future of this country and our children is being mortgaged by a small clique, a family, by a small clique of few ministers, by a small clique of mafias and their agents. Who is that general who loves the country that he should go and destroy wetland with squat? Who is that general? Instead of, controlling insecurity and what? Uses that time to grab people's land, to cause insecurity, to beat people. Every time you go to vote, even when there is rigging, it is made possible by, again, bad people. If society stood up together, there is nobody who can become a cancer, even if they brought guns and money.
But they are shooting people. We saw people were killed those times.
They were killed, but what I'm saying, it requires a sacrifice. You've seen people in northern Uganda. The land in Uganda is finished. In Luwero, in Chankwanzi, in what? In northern Uganda, it has not been easy, the attempts. But because people come together and say in one voice, you will not touch our land. This is our cultural land. It means in northern Uganda for 20 years, you would not rig elections. People resisted. It means that if people got united against evil forces of darkness, or against evil forces, you cannot win using a gun alone. And those who are using guns, let me warn you, it can only be temporary. People will stand up to that. You cannot subjugate people forever. And it's not even necessary. The best way is let people choose leaders they love and they deserve. But for you to insist and impose someone on people by force, those people will not deliver. They don't have the legitimacy. In the heart of their hearts, they know that they are not people's choice. That's why some of them go there to drink, indulge, steal, and what? Because they know they are not sure even of the next election. After all, they are there illegitimate. They were put there either using money or guns. So those are not people's leaders. Leaders should be people who are chosen by people through democratic means.
Thank you for that message, that people are supposed to come together, think of how they are going to shape their country. By this, they should agree. People must agree and learn. We see it in northern Uganda, eastern Uganda. If it can come in central and western,
because
then people come in one
Uganda,
voice.
You can campaign using 50 million or even no money, and people will vote you.
Yes.
In western Uganda, now it's either 800 million, 500 million to 1 billion.
But in the central?
In the central, the same thing. In central, at times there is sentiments. And a lot of, like in 2021, the people are just saying umbrella. Mamvuri. So those emotions and sentiments don't work. Most of those councillors and MPs did not perform because some of them were voted not on merit, out of anger and sentiments. And it did not help.
It does not.
It did not help because some of them did not even know what the role of an MP is. So for 5 years, they earned. There was an MP in Lukwago South. We never saw him. He never did anything. I think he collected his 50 million per month allowances. After 5 years, his party couldn't see what he has done. The people couldn't see what he has done, and so they are such leaders. Every time you vote someone, not based on merit, not based on any positive criteria, those people will not perform. In the past, like during CA, we had one of the best representatives because people are choosing the best. They said these people are going to make a constitution. So most people chose lawyers who know what they were going to do. They chose opinion leaders. They chose men and women of substance and integrity. The Ben Watchers, the Miriam Matembes, Okure Park, Eric Ruhanga, Jack Sabiti, these Mayombos were still young soldiers. They were talking about Uganda. Serwanga Rwangas, Tinyefuzas, Winnie Byanyuma, JB Kazora. Wapa, Honorable Wapa Kaburo, Wambogo, who became one of the best speakers this country has ever had. He was supposed to be a president. We missed him. It was unfortunate. Those were nationalists. These were men and women of substance. Professor Nsibambi. But now you find someone, who can't even, manage small market.
He has his money.
He has his money, throws money around, or he uses tribalism and just uses sentiments, and they say, Mamvuri, red color. And they put a musician who is not even refined, because there are musicians who are refined, a musician who is confused, who has no knowledge, who has no skills,
who can't even speak English.
Who even doesn't know the role of an MP. They repress him with a serious person. They reach there, they go there, talk anything, start shouting, jumping on tables, breaking, methods in the parliament, and
entertaining people.
Yes, entertaining people. You listen to what they are talking about. No sense. He doesn't know where Uganda is coming from. Doesn't know the present. Has no projection of the future, and that's why we are moving in circles.
Living even in
half of parliament that we have, and we should have one MP per district. It's enough. We need like 100 MPs, not 500 and what? It's like a horror school. Half of them are ignorant, unskilled, unserious, unfocused. Silly.
I see nowhere to blame them because people voted them or they found themselves.
What they should do is to amend the constitution and say, after all, because now that money that is being wasted, 3 billion per day in parliament, it would be used now to have clean water. It would be used to have small factories so that there are jobs for young people, which will generate income. Because now for them to go to parliament and start shouting, drinking, sleeping, doing other funny things, it doesn't help the country. That money should be saved. These 82 ministers, we need 24 ministers, both cabinet and state. They are enough. And so they are focused. And they put men and women of substance. Parliament is not a dumping ground. Cabinet is not a dumping ground. That you can't run a village business, or you can't even run, a parish enterprise, but now you are a minister of the whole country. You are an MP, you are people's representative. What you are representing, you don't know. You don't have interest. You have no knowledge. So all this, we should amend the constitution. Unfortunately, it's the MPs who are supposed to amend the constitution. So we must look for ways of how to put pressure on making sure that, and maybe people like General Muhoozi, these are the things that you should be agitating for. If he said that he's removing the speaker, Miss Annette, because she was corrupt, which is very good. It's good that she has fallen. We are sorry, I've seen Sereko claiming that she has now blood clot. No, our sister, we pray for recovery so that you go and do business and have peace with your young children and what. We wish you quick recovery among. But what I was talking about, what I was addressing, if the CDF and those who are looking at reforms, positive reforms, those are the things that they should start suggesting. They tell Oboth and Tayebwa now in parliament, the speaker and deputy speaker, and some of the MPs who are looking at Uganda, not the selfish one, and say, You bring a members bill, a motion in parliament, and say we reduce members of parliament, so that we have one MP per district, and that money, those billions of money, can be used now on roads, in schools, on education, in hospitals, in health, in drugs, in paying the debts, and doing infrastructure, the roads. Oh. So we don't want a big parliament. We don't need a big cabinet. No, we need efficient, focused leaders in cabinet and parliament. Because after all, they are there to serve the people. But most of the leaders in Uganda and Africa are selfish. They are serving their what? And you find some of them now have an excuse. They tell you, no, it's not us. It's the president. It's Museveni. It's the first family. It's what? But you are people's representatives. You are not farm managers in Chisozi or Wachituro. You are not managers in Museveni's enterprises. You are people's representatives. You are ministers representing Uganda. So that stupid excuse, MPs and ministers, that stupid excuse of you keep doing stupid things. You are a judge, you are a minister, you are an MP, and so you say, it's the president. The president is one person. His family is not more than 50 people. We are 50 million Ugandans. This country does not belong to the president. It belongs to Ugandans. So if you have been sent there as an MP, don't start saying, you see now, these people are using force, they are using guns. What do you mean? The guns belong to Uganda. Those guns are not private. The army belongs to Uganda. They are our children, they are our sisters, they are our uncles, they are our cousins. So I want to appeal to Ugandans. Depending on where you are, use the tools you have, use the knowledge you have, use the skills you have to serve your motherland, Uganda. We are not farm managers. We are not general managers in private businesses, in family business. No, this is not a family enterprise. And I want to the CDF, Comrade General Muhoozi, remember this country. You are a citizen, a powerful citizen. We thank God that you are a CDF, but you know that you are one of the Ugandans. You must respect the constitution, the law, the dignity, the welfare, and the peace of Ugandans. Otherwise, history is a harsh judge.